Hello, my name is Christy Myers with Georgia State University. The class is Utilizing Data and Leadership, and I am presenting my data project. Here we have the purpose of data reflection. The data that I use for this project is the beacon testing data. This is a new program implemented by our school system for Douglas County Schools. Here we have the purpose of assessment, assessment for learning, assessment as learning, and assessment of learning. This is a testing tool that is used by the county to assess student learning and growth through the year. It measures in language arts and mathematics. It maps the students' learning growth or drop per their grade level, and each standard is measured in bands 1 through 9, and it is actually color-coded also for our recollection. The data team members of this project include myself as organizer, Miss Belinda DeBose, the chairperson, Miss Penny Norman, recorder, and Miss Rihanna Baird as the timekeeper. We had team biweekly meetings. Here we see the purpose of these meetings, and the technology implemented to review this data includes the Beacon testing platform, of course, our personal laptops, and smart boards where we used to present the data to stakeholders. Meeting questions that we reviewed on these dates include what the data says, individual goals we can set up for students, how can we present this information to all stakeholders, are there any trends in this data, and are we implementing this data when we create our lesson plans to highlight on information that needs to be retaught. And here we have the meeting dates which were conducted bi-weekly. There are some gaps due to being closed for fall break and winter break and spring break. The objective that we'll look at today was conventions of English. This was a trend that we noticed happening where students were testing lower in this band as a school system. Here I have students 1 through 5. The measurement was conventions of standard English, their scale score, and their performance level. Some have support needed, some were near their target, and some were prepared. All this data was compiled into the school improvement plan to make it available to all stakeholders. While reviewing this data, we did see the conventions of English did seem to be a struggle point for the county as a whole. Questions generated from the data, just a couple of those. What do we notice? And what are some possible reasons behind this data? Changes that we implemented due to this data. Stakeholder contact immediately. We did this by newsletter. Student goals. We did personal conferences to talk with the students on their goals and what their score was and where we want it to be and where they would like it to be. Small group remediation for those that are struggling in certain standards. Tutoring, individual tutoring for those students that may be a little bit below level where they really need to be, those with support needed. And collaboration opportunities with other teachers. We believe all students have been positively affected by the changes we implemented. However, we have not had a final assessment to confirm the numbers of the success. Here we have our credits. And thank you for taking time to view this PowerPoint. I hope it has been helpful, and I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. Thank you.